New 72 Radio, the voice, views, and visions of the collective.
Welcome to the practice of healing. I'm Sonya Wilder, and this is my broadcast and my podcast for Tuesday, March 15th, 2016. Welcome. I'm glad you joined me. Before we begin, let's get ourselves centered with 3 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Good. We're centered. There's an airplane over my head. This makes me laugh, these settings. I love doing these broadcasts and podcasts outside in my backyard because life is just so unexpected and it's really fun. For those of you that don't know me, I had a professional performing arts career before I was doing healing work and teaching. Oh, I was teaching at the time. I was teaching dance and some voice and singing professionally. I was teaching dance professionally, but I did comedy improv in Los Angeles, California, when I lived in Hollywood at the Comedy Store, the big place on Sunset Boulevard where Jim Carrey was discovered. And the comedy improv I did for, I think it was almost a year and a half, it prepared me for being on these broadcasts, being on YouTube, because you never know what life is going to bring you. And you just have to roll with it and you have to learn to laugh. So I love being outside. Kind of reminds me of my Comedy Store days. And I get to have a lot of fun and I get to help a lot of people to open their hearts more. So that's what that brought to mind. But I want to talk about what's going on at this time energetically, because there's a lot of shift. I'm definitely feeling the shifts today in particular. We are Sun in Pisces right now. And for those of you that are sensitive energetically, for those of you that are mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you will be feeling a huge shift. I myself am a Gemini Virgo. I have 3 planets in Gemini, and I have 3 placements in Virgo ascendant. And it's it's been intense for me. Really tired today. I may not look like it on the broadcast, but I really am. So I'm just spending some really needed time outside. And I had a Shavasana, a corpse pose rest before this, so I could be as fresh as possible. We just had a huge total solar eclipse on Tuesday. For those of you that were in the northern hemisphere, for those of you that were, or actually I should say, for those of you that were in the Northern and Southern America's time zone. I'm starting to get good with these time zones. For those of you that were east of the Pacific Ocean, it was Wednesday for you. And big deal. Total solar eclipse, new moon in Pisces. A lot of Pisces. This was really intense for some people. I taught several yoga classes on Tuesday, and people were either buzzing or they felt really exhausted, or they were upgrading. They were shifting. The energetic bodies were expanding, and the physical body always is the slowest to catch up to that expansion and the upgrades. So the body can be really slow. Sometimes energy is really fast. Then I'm waiting for my physical body to catch up. Just going, come on, body. Let's go. Get with the program. But it's a good lesson in patience. So if you're experiencing that this week or at this time in mid-March, for those of us that are in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming to the end of winter. And we're feeling that really heavy Piscean energy. For those of you that are Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, water signs, you might feel blessed. And I'm happy for you. It's great. For those of you that are strong Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this may feel really soothing for you. Wonderful. I'm glad. So it's about healing the self, and we're still in this eclipse energy. This is eclipse season. First is the solar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse will come, new lunar eclipse, full moon. That will happen next month. So as we're healing old wounds, it's really important that we take a lot of time outside in nature and spend as much time relaxing and having a spiritual practice, whether it's yoga, qigong, tai chi, energy work, Reiki circle if you do Reiki healing, body talk circle if you practice body talk. If you don't know what some of these things are, please email me, SonyaWilderWellness.com. You can find the message tab and ask me questions. I'd love to answer. So we're preparing for spring equinox, which is coming up on Saturday, March 19th. For those of us that are north of the equator, the reason why I'm differentiating between North and South America, or north of the equator and south of the equator, is I'm preparing to go to South America this year. I have 2 amazing trips that I'm planning. The first one looks like it's going to be going to Quito, Ecuador, to do some yoga teaching, some nutrition, some wellness, and some healing, do some healing work. And I'm excited about that. And Quito is on the equator. They don't experience the equinox there, just winter and summer. And I've not been there, so I'm really curious as to what that's like. I have a second opportunity to go to South America, which is coming up in September. I'm getting all the details for that. I'm going to be teaching yoga on a tour group going to Machu Picchu, Peru, to the sacral chakra of the planet, the Svadhisthana chakra. I'm so excited. Like, wow, I'm really excited. This is a trip that I've been wanting to go on since I was a small child. I just wanted to go to Peru. And I have attracted this into my life. So for more information on being a part of my group going to Machu Picchu, Peru, please send me a message through my website, SonyaWilderWellness.com. And when I get the information in, which is coming in any day, I'm going to put that out in my newsletter. So I want to talk today about energy clearings, because a lot of us as intuitives, empaths, sensitives, psychics, whatever your word is for most of you that are attracted to this broadcast, this podcast, I'm saying podcast because this is also recorded in an audio file, which will be broadcasted on New 72 Radio. Most people that are attracted to me as a healer and as a teacher are awakening. Most people are starseed light workers, those of us that our souls were born to another star system, and we are here on this planet to bring our very special star energy, that beautiful energy from our soul group, and bring in source creator energy, creator light into our bodies and raise the vibration of this beautiful planet, Gaia. And so not just starseed light workers are attracted to working with me, but also starseeds, just those beautiful souls who are here to just bring diversity, to bring their very unique star system onto this planet just to be different. And then the light workers, those souls who were born to this star system, but they're here to bring in source energy, and they're healers. Those are the three groups that I work with. I love nature. It's great. And human-made things too, as the airplane goes over. So I am an intuitive, empathic conduit of healing. I teach yoga. I'm a wellness counselor. I am a nutritionist. I'm a cleanse counselor. I'm a colon hydrotherapist. I'm an aromatherapist. I do medical intuition. I do energetic clearings. I clear chakras through sound vibration, through all of the vowel sounds, oh, et cetera, over people's bodies. I work with crystals. I put people in crystal grids. And we do a lot of emotional, a lot of empathic work to release the nadis, the energetic channels, and the chakras, the spinning wheels of energy in the body, to release any stuck emotions so that the body can flow freely, that source creator energy can come in, and you can feel amazing and balanced. And there are so many of us that do this work in different types of work, sound healing, and read cards, astrologers. I'm also an astrologer and a numerologist, which is why I always give an astrological forecast. So I'm here to help everybody to remember that we are source, that we are creator in the body. And as sensitives, we have a tendency to pick up other people's electromagnetic field. We have an electromagnetic field. We have multiple bodies, a light body, an etheric body. We have the mental body, the emotional body, which are in the brain, and the physical body. There's many layers of light bodies. And as sensitives, a lot of the time, our energy will expand more than the average not so awake human. So when we're in a public situation, we will emanate out in this natural instinct of wanting to help people, wanting to heal people, wanting to clear them. But we take on their issues, we take on their emotions, we take on their rage, whatever it is that they have that's not serving them. And that doesn't serve us either. it doesn't help us and it doesn't help them. So I have a lot of clients that come to me for healing sessions, and in my yoga privates, and any of the sessions that I offer, that's the number one thing that comes up. How do I go into a public place without absorbing everybody's junk? How do I, I'm really sensitive, and I noticed that when I went to this sports event, or I went to a family gathering, or I went to a concert, or I went to whatever, that I didn't feel so good afterwards. Or I noticed that I went out with my friends and everybody was drinking alcohol and I didn't drink, but yet I still felt like I was drinking. I was experiencing being inebriated or buzzed. That used to happen to me all the time. I used to go and spend time long ago. I mean, we're talking 20 years ago and 25 years ago, before I had my oldest son, Colby. I used to spend some time with people who would drink, and I wasn't drinking, and I would feel buzzed with them. And I was awake enough to know, oh my gosh, like I think I'm picking this up from them. How freaky is that? I call my mom. I go, and my mom is psychic. My mom is very sensitive and she has the same issue. So I'm saying to her, Mom, I think I got drunk without actually putting alcohol in my body from being around people who were drinking. How is that possible? And she would say, oh, I know, I can't have alcohol around either. And being around people who drink, I'm so sensitive. Yeah, it's because we're sensitives, we're intuitive, we're empathic. So there's a way that we can prevent ourselves from taking on somebody else's inebriation. There's a way that we can be around people without taking on their rage. I've been around people who are pissed off. I'm from New York. Like a long time ago, I lived in New York. I had a performing arts career. And that's just, when I lived there in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of people were mad. I was too. And of course, I was just matching their vibration. I was just attracting really mad people in their vibration. And so, but I would notice that. It was like, I've really taken on this person's rage. I went through a long time in my life of being really, really mad. And I learned as I was awakening through therapy, I've seen a lot of therapists and many different types of therapy, through working with healers. I've been working with psychics, intuitives, empaths, and mediums since I was a teenager, and for a long time. And I learned through them and through my own meditation and through my own emotional empathic work that most of that rage wasn't mine, that was family members, that I, as a small child, was trying to heal my family from their rage, that I was attracting people, that I was wanting to help them unconsciously, but empathically heal their rage. I want to share something. As a galactic in the body, and there's many of us, star seeds are galactics in the body having a human experience. I am what's considered a hybrid galactic, and I learned this over the course of several years. I questioned it, really went through this. This is not something that just came on me and I went, yes, that's me. I questioned it. I said, what the heck is this? My first galactic high council group that always came to me from the time I was a child were the Syrian High Council from Sirius star system A, B, and C, specifically Sirius A. And I have a spirit guide from Sirius A. His name is Bernard. I know, when I learned his name, it's like, really? You couldn't pick it. You had to pick Bernard. And so I call him Bernie. I talk to him every day. I have for so long. And he's really hilarious. I've talked about him in other podcasts that I've done for New 72 Radio. Bernie's so funny. He's really intense. He has jet black hair. He looks human. He has a great sense of humor, even though he's really, really intense. He wears a Hawaiian shirt, like a Hawaiian Baja shirt. And every time I see him, it's a different color, different design. Sometimes there's pineapples on it. Sometimes there's palm trees. And he's come to me physically and moved objects around in front of me in the middle of the night, which has woken me up, which has just scared the heck out of me. I'm like, whoa, okay, it's a lot. Let's just slow down, calm down here. And he is my Syrian guide. He is the one, he's my spirit, my main spirit guide through this human experience as Sonya Wilder. He and I had a life on this planet in China fighting in a war in another lifetime. Both male, and we saved each other's lives. And he saved my life. And I'm trying to remember if I saved his life too. That part's a little foggy for me. But I've remembered this since I was really little. And so I really, really trust him. And so I asked him to be my main spirit guide in this life. And he's been great. Thank you, Bernie. He's been awesome. Sometimes a little intense. I have to ask him to back off. I'm like, whoa, a little much. But, you know, I need a main spirit guide to be direct with me because I have a really direct approach and a really intense energy. So I asked for that. So he's my main spirit guide. And then I have a second spirit guide who's a female. And get this is their joke on me, and I'm sure I pre-planned this with them. Her name is Bernadetta. I mean, I could make this up, but I'm not. And it's so funny to me. So her name is Bernadetta, and she's Etherian, from the Etherian soul group, which are the angels. Angels are Etherian. And they are our guardians. Everybody's assigned anywhere from 3 to 5 angels, they tell me. I know I have 4 that come around me. They like to circle around me just above my head a bit when I do see them. And so Bernadetta is my second main spirit guide. She has her crown chakra, her Sahasrara, is really open in gold. And it's very beautiful. I thought her hair was blonde for a long time, but she has this beautiful golden color above her head. She doesn't speak. She's telepathic with me. And she has a kind of a higher blue energy sometimes that comes out of her. She's stunningly beautiful. I think of her as my maternal guide, Bernard. My Syrian guide is, I think of more of my paternal guide. She's much higher up than him. And she guides me. And so when they came into me years ago and finally told me their names, Bernard, Bernadetta, I just went, really? That's just so silly. I did. So I call them both Bernie, the collective. And they said, well, you're Gemini. You need one for each twin. I was laughing. I said, I must have set this up as a joke for myself, to just keep the humor going, to remember that life is just a game. So they guide me, and they're wonderful. And then I have an Arcturian High Council. They're much, much higher up for me. And then I have an Andromedan High Council, and they're, again, much, much higher up in vibration. When I say higher up, I mean higher up in vibration. So they come to me as a collective council. I don't have one representation from either of those soul groups. Same with the Hathors, the sound healers, because I'm a sound healer and they can come in. The angels are also sound healers. When I do sound healing and when I chant mantra over my yoga classes during Shavasana, corpse pose at the end, the angels come into my body and they use my voice to help people to heal during Shavasana. The Hathors do the sound healing through me when I have a client on my table and I'm clearing chakras, and then I'm opening chakras up, and the Hathors will come in and just give this deep resonance, this oh. So they come into me as a collective energy. And they've all told me that as a sensitive, as an intuitive empath, that it's not my job to take people's energy on in order to help them to clear. And I want to be really clear. I want to be really clear about that. I want to be succinct. Here's the word I'm looking for. About that. Because it isn't our job as sensitives, as light workers on this beautiful planet, to go in and take anybody's energy into our body. What happens when we do that is our body clogs up and we have physical imbalances. We start to get pain. We swell up with salt water because we're 70 to 77% salt water, depending on what scientific journal you're reading. You know, our bodies are reflective of this planet. This planet is mostly salt water and a small amount of actual physical density, and the same with our bodies. So we have so much water in these bodies that it's easy for us to take other people's emotions on. It's important that we don't. We don't clear people that way, because we're just taking their stuff in, and then you're ending up being around somebody who has headaches, and you suddenly have headaches, and you don't know why. Because you're not awake enough. You're not consciously aware enough about who you are, that you're source energy having a human experience, and that you're here to bring source creator light onto this planet at all times. Your heart's not open enough, and so you get stuck. And then maybe you're going to the medical doctor. They can't help. They're giving you meds, and meds are a Band-Aid effect. It's putting a Band-Aid on the skin, and it's treating the symptoms and not the whole system, including the light bodies, the emotional body, the mental body. Maybe you're going to a therapist. The therapist, lovely. They still can't help because they're dealing with the emotions and the thoughts, and that's just one aspect. Those are just two different bodies in the mind, in the brain. You have to work with the whole body here, all of them. So it's our job as source creator energy in the body to be just that everywhere we go. To bless. And maybe you don't like the word bless. You know, I've talked to some people who go, that sounds too religious to me, or too Christian, or too biblical. It's okay. Use whatever word you want. To clear, to enlighten, whatever works for you. I'm trying to think of agnostic words for that. Clear would be, you know, something kind of quantum physicsy. Did I just make a new word up, physicsy? I'll have to look that up. So whatever your word is, I like to use the word blessings, very angelic to me. It's our job everywhere we go, whatever we do, which means you've got to be consciously aware at all times. That takes practice. It takes discipline with your energy and with your thoughts. And you can do it. How? Take a walk outside. I say this every single podcast that I do because it works. Be outside in nature. It's beautiful out here. We have a rare, again, sunny afternoon in Portland, Oregon in March. How great is that? Be outside, walk barefoot in the soil, have a one-point focus practice. So you can look at a candle flame and just breathe. You can look at, I have a water fountain over here that's interfering a bit with my sound, but that's okay because I like it. It's soothing and it works so well with the Pisces water energy right now. You could just, like I'm looking at the water fountain just bubbling up, and it's very soothing and healing. I spend in the warm months as much time out here on my deck, right outside of this duck pond that's right outside my door, as I can. It's very soothing. You could look at a tree. I've got trees behind me. You can close your eyes and look at the backs of your eyelids. The inside of your eyelids, and breathe for as long as you can and just quiet the mind, because that prepares the mind for meditation. And I highly recommend that everyone practices a minimum of 20 minutes of meditation daily. You can sit, you can lie down. You can, if you're in a sunny climate, lie down, make sure you're comfortable, and close your eyes and let the sun come over your face. It'll help clear your electromagnetic field. It'll calm you. It'll raise your vibration. And it's a great way to meditate. You can walk outside. What I love to do, since I'm goddess energy, and goddess energy is about movement. I love to take a walk outside. There's many beautiful places here in Portland, Oregon to walk outside. And I have a couple of favorite spots. And I walk on the trail and I don't think. I look around. Again, that's one point focus, which prepares us for meditation. I walk around and I just see the trees. And I look at flowers if they're in bloom. I look at animals. And anytime a thought comes in, flush it away so that I calm down. I quiet my system. And my electromagnetic field expands. When our electromagnetic field expands, we become very, very healthy. You want a strong electromagnetic field. I see people's electromagnetic fields around their body, and there's different colors that come in. When we do sound healing, if we that makes our electromagnetic field expand. When we speak loving words, I love you, the field expands. When we hug people and it's a loving hug, the field expands. So to clear ourselves and to clear a space or to clear others, you just have to expand your electromagnetic field by being very centered within yourself and being source creator energy all the time. When I am clearing a room, I clear spaces. People hire me to clear buildings, rooms, sometimes even vehicles. I love that one. I will go into a space. I bring in essential oils with me, the holy oils, usually frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, and rose oil, which I don't think is considered a holy oil, but it's the highest vibration essential oil on the planet that I'm aware of. I bring those oils in with me because they raise the vibration, they expand the electromagnetic field. And I bring in usually clear quartz to clear the energy, rose quartz to open up the heart. I bring the dark crystals, obsidian, black tourmaline. Sometimes I bring hematite, which is a heavy silver pewter colored crystal, so that I can clear the energy, bring in source creator energy into the space and raise the vibration. And I chant mantra. Sometimes if you want to clear your space and you don't know Sanskrit mantra, Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. If you don't know something like that, I've said this before in podcasts. Here's a fantastic mantra that most everybody knows on the planet, I think, at least in the United States. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, love is all you need. The Beatles. Love, 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 love. You just do it over and over and over again. Love, love, love. Now it's going on in my mind. And you can just do that all the time. It works. Instead of taking people's energy on, we clear them in a room by going in and just loving ourselves fully, clearly with an open heart. I just say in my mind and in my heart, I love you. When I do hands-on adjustments for my students in my yoga classes, what I say in my head, I'm source creator energy and I love you over everyone. My touch is healing and it helps people to shift. They give me that feedback. When I walk into a room, I'm spending so much time loving myself that people want to be around me. And I get that verbal confirmation from people all the time. That's how you clear your own energy and clear other people's energy, raising your vibration so that you don't take their energy on. It works. It's that simple. Love yourself all the time, no matter what. And you will clear the space. And it's our job as light workers on this planet to do this. That blesses, that clears spaces wherever we go. It's a great responsibility that we have. It's a soul contract that we made when we came onto this planet to raise the vibration. So that's my podcast for today. I want to thank you for watching and for tuning in. Please love yourself. All parts of yourself. You're beautiful. I'm honored that you took this time to spend with me today. And if you have questions for me, or if you're interested in a healing session, a mentor healing session, a nutrition cleanse session, a yoga private, or my ultimate package of transpersonal session with me, please look at my website, SonyaWilderWellness.com. I would love to work with you. So until next time, blessings and love.